Hello guys, welcome to Programming Hacks with Rotimi Oladipopo. I'm a programmer and Fullstack web developer, and I'm making this video to launch my programming and web development tutorial courses to empower young developers and also support struggling developers to set a growth benchmark that will help them function in any tech community and also make them top demand for endless job opportunities across the globe. So this program is divided into 3 stages. We have the beginner's introduction that focuses on front-end development, the intermediate level that focuses on back-end development, and the advanced level that focuses on full-stack development. Now each of these stages has fundamental languages that must be learned, and we'll study them one after the other. But before we go on, you will notice that each of these level is set at 100% to show the completion of each stages. You can see level 100, level 200, and level 3 is also 100%. I am going to reset them by clicking this mission goals, and they are going to be back at 0, so we start afresh. So to become a website developer, the first and most fundamental language you must learn is what we call HTML, hypertext markup language. This is the building block of any website. HTML is responsible for every visible content that you can find on a website today. After you've learned HTML, the next we are going to learn is CSS, cascading style sheet. Now think of HTML as the bricks that is used to build a building, and the CSS is the styling, the design, like the painting and the interior decorations of a building. If I go to the code of this website and I remove the CSS and I go back to the website and I click refresh, the designing is gone. The testing, all that we have left, so that is what the CSS does. If I go back to the code and I reattach the CSS files and I go back to the website now and I click refresh, you will see that the aesthetic design is back. After you have now learned that, you will now proceed to JavaScript. JavaScript is the most popular and most fundamental programming language in the world. Without JavaScript, when you build a website with just HTML and CSS, the result is a static website. A static website is a website that cannot be interacted with. But with JavaScript, your website is going to become dynamic. For instance, you can see that every time I hover on each of these language, the text is going to wipe and start reappearing one letter after the other with a keyboard sound playing on the background. This is made possible through the JavaScript code that I wrote to power it. Also, at the beginning of this video, all these levels were set at 100% and I had to reset them back to 0. This is also made possible through JavaScript. So then after that, you proceed to front-end frameworks like React and Vue, then JSON, JavaScript object notation. This is a very, very powerful section that you have to learn to understand how to implement and integrate APIs into your projects. After you finish this section, your level is going to rise from this gray level 1 and 0 to 100 and red. You can see, so it's going to turn to red and 100% to show that you have finished this stage. Then you are going to now move to the back-end development, where you are going to now continue from that 0 level. If you come here, you are going to learn PHP. Then after you've learned it, you are going to learn my SQL database system. When users visit the website and we register and also log in, what happens is that the informations are sent to the database system to query it and fetch our record. Now I have a database system that I set up on my computer for all of my projects, and I'm going to be showing you how this works. So for instance, now let me go to my database system. So this is my database system. You can see my SQL connection ID 256. Now if I type show databases, right, and I type enter, you are going to see all of the databases and I have on my computer system for all of my projects. Like for instance, the one that is on the top is bank users, right? So let me now switch to this bank user. I'll just type use bank users, then enter. You are going to see that database is changed. To check all of the tables that I have in that bank user database, I'm just going to type show tables, enter. So currently I have just one users table. If you want to check all of the record that I have in this users table, I am just going to type select all from users, enter. And you're going to see that currently I have just one user record in the users table, and go back to our tutorial. So that is what you are going to be learning here. Then next you are going to be learning HTTP hypertext transfer protocol. This is a communication encryption system that initiates interaction between the client, which is the browser, and a web server. But I'm going to be teaching you about servers too. So server, what is a server? You must have been learning about server. What does a server do? I'm going to be teaching you. For instance, now I have a server that I set up on my computer that I use for all of my projects. This is my server, and you can see it is serving all of the requests that I am making. Now, if you look at here, you are going to see localhost 4000. If you look at this URL here, you are going to see localhost 4000. If I minimize the server and I click refresh, you are going to see that the website can refresh, right? But if I come to the server, this is the server, and I switch it up like this, and I click refresh, the website is not going to load because it's not going to be able to find the website again. If I now go back and relaunch my server, now let me relaunch my server, PHP server localhost 4000, and I tap enter, you are going to see that yes, now we now have localhost 4000, and you are going to see this is Tuesday, September 3rd, 03:02 a.m. That's 2 minutes after 3 a.m. You can see, and then you can see PHP 7.430 development server HTTP localhost 4000 started. So the server has been started. Now if I go back to the website and I click reload, you are going to see that the website is going to load again. So I'm going to be teaching you all of that. Then I'm going to be teaching you frameworks like PHP, Laravel, and then Python, Django. And after you have finished this section, your level is going to rise from this zero that is this zero to blue, and it is going to change from 0 to 100. Then meaning that we can now proceed from this second level to the advanced level. Now let's come to the advanced stage. Here you are going to be learning about APIs. APIs are application programming interfaces. We are going to be learning about all of these. What is APIs? Why do we have APIs? Well, the reason is because not one single programmer can build all of the tech solutions that we need in this world. So that is why we have APIs. Then from there, you are going to proceed to cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is basically how to secure your software from attacks, injection, and hacking. And then you are going to proceed to JIT. JIT is a version control system that is used to track your code progress to minimize bugs. And for instance, I have a JIT version running on my computer system right now. This is my JIT. Let me type JIT version here first. JIT version. So you are going to see the version of JIT that I'm currently running. You can see that my JIT version is 2.42.0 Windows.2. That is my JIT version. Now let me type JIT status here. JIT status. So this is my JIT status. JIT status. So this is my JIT status. You can see that nothing is added or committed or on track files in the JIT. Now let me come to the code. Let me just type something. In the code. Let me just type maybe a comment like this in the code. Let me just type anything. Then let me come to the JIT now and type JIT status. JIT status. You are going to see that I have modified the index.html file. I have modified it and I need to commit it. You can see that it is red now. So how do I commit it? All I need to just do is type JIT commit, then global, then with a message which is -m. Then let me give it a message. Let me type latest commit version. You can see. Then here let me type enter. You are going to see that yes, one file change and one insertion. So you are going to be learning about JIT also. Then after that we learn SVG, that scalable vector graphics. I built these circles with scalable vector graphics, and I'm going to be teaching you all of that. Then after that, you're going to proceed to AI and machine learning. So this is what I'm currently working on, and this is a very broad scope. And after that, your level is going to rise from this blue 0 to level 100. You are going to see, so level 100, you can see level 100, and at this point you are going to become a full stack web developer. This very project you are seeing is a very complex project, as simple as it looks, and anybody who can do this can literally execute any kind of website solution in the world.